What up, Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack them. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things. MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong. History, and we good on that. Put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1. Everybody say Bulls on tap. Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery. Nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Goose, aka Bull Scripted, and we're here to recap a bad loss to the Houston Rockets here tonight. Bulls dropped this one to a team that was on a 15-game losing streak, if I'm not incorrect. I'm correct on that, right? Right, Goose? 15 games.
I believe so, yes.
I hear myself say it, and I just don't believe it. But the final score is 118-113. Before we get into this, be sure you're going on TapSportsNet.com for other Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you listen to us. 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. And any games that you decide to go to, any events, go to vividseats.com and you spend over $100, use promo code ONTAP, you get $10 off. That's a free beer. So make sure you do that. Go to vividseats.com. If you spend over $100, use promo code ONTAP, you get $10 off of that order. vividseats.com. Goose, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of felt like they were just in cruise control and they kind of had the game in hand pretty easily for most of the night until about the end of that third, fourth quarter, and then Houston couldn't miss and the Bulls couldn't catch a break.
I was just so shocked by the again, man, like this was a lazy effort from the Bulls, and I felt like it carried over. They just didn't. I know the announcers were saying that, and Stacy. I try to always look at it in a different view when Stacy and Adam are talking, but I just felt like they weren't taking them seriously tonight. Lonzo started off hot; he looked really good, in the beginning, and Zach had a couple moments in him. And I mean, the Bulls were playing with a little bit of energy, but then it was just like, yeah, these guys suck. We got this, and no, even with their star rookie going down, I hope he's okay too, because what an exciting player. I have not watched a lot of Houston Rockets basketball. I don't know if you have or not this season. I've watched him, before, but goddamn, he looked really good, Jalen Green tonight. But it just he went down, and it's like this team was like, okay, yep, that was definitely our best player. Fuck you, we're turning on the heat,
So no, and do you think that's what it was? Do you think it was the adrenaline rush of the Rockets team to pick themselves up for their teammate that they might be without for a while?
I think it was to your point that you said in the beginning. They just couldn't miss. They just couldn't miss. Their bench was unbelievable. Their bench was unbelievable. You had House in there. He goes 6 for 7 from the field, 4 for 4 from downtown, 18 points in 17 minutes. 18 points in 17 minutes for this kid. DJ Augustine came in. I mean, he orchestrated some things. He didn't look great. He looked pretty bad, but I mean, he was in there doing things. I mean, he still was, dead even in the plus minus. It's fucking unbelievable. Their bench whipped our ass. I don't like that.
No, and we don't have the Vooch excuse. We don't have the Caruso excuse. We don't have the Kobe excuse, even though, Kobe's still a bit of a shell of himself. But no, I mean, you have a cat.
I'm sorry.
No, I feel like the Bulls just got blindsided by this team actually being able to compete with them. And then that Lonzo foul call,
I knew you were going to get into that. And
what the
yeah, we're not even going to break this.
Was there a ghost? And then it was the initial call was so bad that even after the challenge, they're like, bro, we can't throw you under the bus like this. We have to make some shit up because we cannot go back on this call, because if we do, we pretty much just have to tell them that you done fucked up and you missed it.
I have never seen a call that atrocious. Well, maybe that's not true. I've seen a lot of bad. That was really up there, though. Because when it went in, originally when the ref signaled, I thought Caruso might have got a piece of it when he jumped up there, and I thought they were going to call offensive interference. So that's what, I had assumed that. And then...
And my heart did what you just gestured. I was
like,
no, that was 3. What are you doing?
Right.
And then it was offensive foul, and I was even more bewildered.
Right. Then I had thought, okay, was someone trying to crash the boards and push somebody? Was that what that was? But when they called it on Lonzo, I was like, what? I'm looking at it, and Stacey's saying that, you could see it on the jumbo screen. He kept saying that, on how when Lonzo hit the ground, he kind of tripped up whoever it was. I can't remember if it was House or not, but that was fucked. And that was a momentum takeaway because the momentum was ours. And that completely took away.
3 points tied the game. You got a clean slate there with the momentum, only a couple minutes left. And instead you have a stop of play. You have those 3 points nullified. You lose a timeout. And you lose all that energy. And then the Rockets go down and hit another big shot.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Who was the one who hit that big shot? It was that Matthews kid, wasn't it? Garrison Matthews?
Yep, Garrison Matthews on the 2-way contract. Probably won't be on a 2-way contract for much longer if he keeps playing like that. They were putting him as the primary defender on Zach. And Zach was cooking him and, stealing some fouls. But he wasn't doing too bad on that end either. So... curious to see for the Rockets if he's a kid that sticks, or he might even end up on the back end of a bench of a playoff team. But he definitely gave us that dagger, and that shit hurt.
Yeah, it did, man. It's just I'm looking up and down the box score, and I'm even looking at some of these team stats here. Bulls shoot 44 for 96, 45%. Houston goes 42 for 84, 50%. Bulls hit 15 3-pointers out of 35 attempts, 42%, 17 for Houston, 17 for 36 for 47%. Once again, here we are again. 10 for 12 free throws for the Bulls, 83%, 17 for 22 for Houston.
Who does not have the 2 leading
All-Stars,
leading scorers in the NBA?
Yeah,
the All-Stars.
This is exactly what Juice and I were talking about at the fucking Knicks game the other night, and when we recapped it together the other night on Monday. That was when we recapped the Knicks and the loss to the Pacers. But I felt like that Knicks game, the free throw discrepancy got brought up, as I was telling you, in the second half because they had to even that shit out a little bit. It just looked absolutely fucking lopsided, right? What the fuck is this? You're going to tell me, and I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm not trying to say these guys could all fuck me up in basketball and probably beat the shit out of me behind a bar. No doubt. I'm not trying to shit on them or anything. But at the end of the day, dude, you're going to tell me that fucking Tate, Kevin Porter Jr., Martin Jr., House, these guys are going to be getting all these fucking free throw opportunities?
But Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Vooch fouled out. I couldn't fucking believe that.
And Zach LaVine only takes fucking 5 free throws. DeMar takes 5, and then just Io took 2. No one else. Vooch didn't get any. Lonzo didn't get any. Caruso didn't get any. Kobe White didn't get any. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke, and
especially if you're going to call an offensive foul on what you call an offensive foul on.
Right? There's no consistency.
That is beyond insult to injury when you blow a call, and obviously the Bulls shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. That is not
right. I'm not blaming the
play.
Right? Yeah, I'm not blaming the loss on that, Goose, at all.
But they could have snuck away with the win had that just been left alone.
I agree with you. I think that there were some factors that went against them. Obviously, the Lonzo call was what we talked about a little bit in depth here. Really, really hurt. But again, I feel like there's been these games that we've had where we're getting into the paint. I'm watching DeMar DeRozan hit the floor. I'm watching Zach LaVine hit the floor. You see this thing? This is unbelievable right now. If you're listening to the podcast, the cat's attacking me.
It's a panther.
Yeah, it looks like a panther. But it's just the discrepancies in free throws for guys that are going to be all-stars this year and are, like you said, leading the NBA scoring. I'm not asking for 15 free throw attempts a fucking game here, but give them their due. Give them what they earned in the paint. Okay, if Javante's not going to get it because he plays very physical, I could live with that. I can live with that. If Lonzo's not going to get it constantly, when he gets into the paint, not that he goes in there often, but when he does, I could live with that. But give give DeMar and Zach their due. It's a little crazy they're not getting
in comparison to the Rockets. Like, there's no way from a big man center position that Christian Wood should have got more free throws than Vooch. There is no reason that Porter Jr., Green, even if he played the full game, should have more attempts at the line than two all-stars in DeMar and Zach that are currently leading the league. Like, it doesn't make sense. What do they have to do to get the respect of a team that has all this talent to, make these games feel more even, or is that why we're getting these calls? Is it now that we're getting shit calls because they have to level out the competition? They think that we have the advantage? Like, because before it was we had nobody. Now we got too many somebodies, and you can't, help us out because, you do that, the game gets too out of hand and nobody watches. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was just so odd to me how all of that worked tonight with the refs and everything. Like you said, and like I've said, that's not the reason the Bulls lost. I do think it has a portion of it, but the Bulls beat themselves by letting the Rockets beat them. Bulls have way more talent. Though, I'll tell you what, Houston's got some intriguing, fun talent. Like, if you're building a team in NBA 2K or whatever, and you want to, like, rebuild the worst team you can, you got some young talent over there that's pretty fun to fuck with. Like, between Green, Porter Jr., and Christian Wood, I mean, that would have to be fun to watch every night. I mean, I know they're losing, and it's not, like, ideal, but
they still had fans in the stand, and they're enjoying kicking the shit out of us. So
right, I mean, it's got to be somewhat enjoyable to have like three guys that are like, okay, these guys can put on highlights and they can play a bit, But it is what it is. I want to talk about like one big play of the game, or at least in my mind, I thought it was a big play. Io catching a fucking body. Did you expect that out of the Chicago native, the Illinois boy? Did you expect that out of Io?
Not, and I don't want to rain on the parade, but I did expect an offensive foul call.
Yeah, I did too. But when they didn't give it to him, I was fucking stoked.
They didn't give it to him, so we get to be excited about it. But I really felt that whistle should have went.
Hey man, the fact he got up
the
like
body
that
was caught, and it was bagged, and it was glorious. So we'll take it. Javante's dunk a little later was.
That was great too.
I mean, he's reckless. I mean, it's almost scary. Like, I worry for his health when he does things, because he doesn't have like a governor. Like how you buy fun toys when you're a kid, they got governors on them, and you got to fuck with it, turn it up. He doesn't have that. That's gone. He has no regard for himself or anybody else.
No, I've never seen does it make sense? Like, I want to say a faster dunker, but when he's like dunking, I just feel like he's moving like when Zach dunks, I feel like he's, floating sometimes. Like when Javante dunks, it's like a fucking NASCAR running back. Yeah, at 190 something miles an hour. I mean, he is reckless. I love Javante.
Oh, I love it.
What a great pickup that was last year. I know we've said that a million times, but I just love watching him.
Because after that dunk, he went down on the other end, and then he goes and he blocks an alley-oop. Yeah. Like, in the span of like 3 or 4 plays, he's a game changer. It's crazy to think that we were paid money, given Daniel Tice and Javante Green for Luke Cornett and whatever the fuck else we said.
Yeah, old friend Daniel Tice didn't even get in the game tonight. He was he's a DNP, coach's decision, along with old friend David Nwaba.
I mean, good for. I mean,
hey,
you got a big bag, and you're gonna go sit on a bench now? Like, fuck it. I mean, it's probably trade bait. It's probably more in regards to like protecting his health so they can trade him to a contender. But he got
a pretty big deal. I mean, it was a decent sized deal.
It was over 10 mil, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So fuck it. You want to pay me $10 million to have a front row seat to my team getting their ass kicked most nights? Cool.
I can make you feel a little bit better though right now. Are you ready?
I hope so.
This is why you should feel a little bit better. It was just that kind of night for, it looks like, good teams. Must be a full moon or some shit out there. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat up on the Miami Heat. They lose 113-101. The Pelicans beat the shit out of the Wizards 127-102. So 2 top Eastern Conference teams also go down tonight to not so good not so good teams there. Western Conference teams, not so good Western Conference teams. So I could live with that a little bit, man. I hate it. They need to come out on Friday against the Orlando Magic. Old friend alert. Wendell Carter Jr. Oh my God,
Wendell eats on Vooch.
Wait. No. I don't know if you got my text or if I actually didn't send it. I can't remember. I had every intention on sending you the text the other night. So everybody was like every big Wendell Carter Jr. fan on Twitter was taking some like weird flexes because he had a pretty good game, right? And then he came out the next night and had a typical Wendell game of fucking 3 for 11 and had like 6 points. And I was going to tweet it out. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to tweet it out. You know why? Because I'm going to fucking get instant karma where next week when we play them, he's going to fuck us. And I was like, I don't want that at all.
You don't want that.
No. So I'm just going to say, Wendell, have a good game, pal. You do you, boo-boo.
You do you, pal.
Yeah, you do you. And hopefully Vooch is, okay and wants to prove something as well, which I'm sure he doesn't because he's already a multiple-time All-Star and they can give two shits about that. He probably just wants to win. But
So, did we ever really get clarification if he was just finishing going through protocol, hadn't got, the clear tests, or was he really, fucking sick? Because
I think he got COVID.
Okay.
I wrote a couple articles over on it. I don't know if they ever said that he had COVID or not, but he was in NBA health and safety protocols. And they were talking about like cardiovascular and like getting up his stamina again. So I'm assuming that he did have it. I think he had COVID-19. He is vaccinated. I know that. What's fucking crazy, man, is my dad. My dad got COVID. Yeah, I mean, he's vaccinated too. So I thought it was a lot lesser of a chance. And my dad didn't even do anything. Think about Vooch. He travels all over the fucking, the US. I mean, I guess it's not crazy that he got it, but fucking brutal, man. I think that's what he got. But I mean, he was supposed to only play 18 minutes tonight, wasn't he? And he put in 26 minutes. He said he was on a minutes limit. Apparently not.
Fuck that, Billy. I was only supposed to play 18 minutes. Foul.
Yeah, no shit. Apparently fucking not, right, dude? He put in 26 minutes. I felt like he played a lot. Now that I'm looking at it, he really did.
No, it felt like he was playing a full standard role other than the foul trouble.
God, I just want him to start hitting those shots, brother. 6 for 16, man. That's just not – he's got to start putting those down. And I know that he just came back, so now we have to wait for him to get acclimated because his last 2 games before he went away, remember, they were pretty decent games.
We need to play this game. The justify the unjustifiable.
Right. Jesus H, man. I don't know. But yeah, so we have the Magic on Friday, and that'll start at 6:30, I think? Because no NBA games are on tomorrow. 6 o'clock. It starts 6 o'clock on Friday in Orlando. The Magic are 4-15. The Bulls are 12-7. Players to watch: DeMar DeRozan, Wendell Carter Jr. According to ESPN, those are the players to watch. Whoa, my God. Their injury report is just terrible. Cole Anthony's out. Etuan Moore is out. Michael Carter-Williams is out. We already knew Markelle Fultz was out. And Terrence Ross, arguably one of their best bench players, is day-to-day. So the Magic are not that great anyway, but they might be really, really royally fucked here. So, I mean, that's good. Take advantage of it.
In the sense, yeah, if we take advantage, it should be great. Let's put them away early and get it over with. Maybe by the time I get home from work on Black Friday, I won't even have to watch the game because it'll be so out of hand that both teams are playing their backups and the Bulls have already put the W in their back pocket. 6 o'clock, I don't know. I'm going to be watching the whole game at my register.
Oh, geez. Yeah, no, I'll be here. Just hanging out, I think. I actually got Friday off, which is really nice.
Wow, no, Friday's a retail holiday. I'm going to be fucking swamped on Friday.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be fucked. Yeah, no, I'm just going to –
Discounted weed? You think TV sell?
Yeah, no shit.
Discounted weed.
Yeah, if you need the weed hookup, go hit up my buddy Goose over here, man. He'll get you all hooked up. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Friday, I'm just going to sit here and watch sports all day. I'm not going to do anything.
All right, rub it in.
Hey. Well, I'm gonna record with you. So when you get back, we'll just record and we'll talk and we'll have a merry old time. But let's get a win. Like you said, don't take them lightly. Beat the fucking Magic. Don't let this happen again. anytime soon, at least. I know no one's perfect, but don't lose to a team like this.
Back-to-back stinkers like this, get it. It's all out of the system now, I hope. You have Caruso and Vooch back. Obviously, the MRI for Caruso didn't come up positive for anything there. We got a negative report back, which
oh my God,
is actually a good thing. So we're back close to full strength. Obviously, we're not expecting Pat back anytime soon. So the excuses are gone. You got to win these games against these teams that you're supposed to. You showed us that you can win games shorthanded against equal or better teams.
Right,
so let's get our shit together and stop dropping the ball here.
Absolutely. Everybody, we hope you have a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow with your families. We'll be back Friday after the Bulls hopefully beat the Magic. But again, enjoy Thanksgiving with your families, and be sure you're going to ontapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Going to Vivid Seats. If you pay over $100 for your tickets, use promo code ONTAP. You'll get $10 off. That's a free beer that Goose and I are gifting you. 5-star rating and review anywhere you can listen to podcasts. You can listen to us. We'll be back Friday after the Bulls play the Magic. Let's go, Bulls.